Hey guys, welcome to February 8th Small Group Leader Training video. Thanks for watching and being diligent about being prepared for the kids. They really appreciate it, and so do I. So thank you. This week we're talking about the Good Samaritan, and that's a story that we hear a lot growing up. It's like being nice to other people, but a lot of people don't know the whole story. So, the Good Samaritan. Samaritans and Jews hate each other. Jews are considered to be God's chosen people. He chose the Israelites. They're perfect, all this stuff. And then the Samaritans are kind of like half-breeds. And they're considered really evil. Like there's Gentiles, which are just kind of like out there and not God's chosen people. But then there's Samaritans who are like half and half, and they're considered like disgusting. So if you're a Jew, you don't walk through Samaria. You don't walk through the whole country. You walk around the country, and that takes a lot longer. But they would do it because they didn't want to be seen as Samaritans. They didn't want to affiliate with them. They didn't want to talk to them. No, they just didn't do it. Anyways, in the story of the Good Samaritan, there's a Samaritan, there's a Jewish guy that comes in and he gets beat up by robbers, and then different people walk by. There is a priest, a Levite, and then a Samaritan. And the only person who stops and helps him is the Samaritan. And he takes him to an inn. He pays for him to get better. He puts him on his donkey. He takes care of his wounds. He goes totally out of his way to help someone who in the past has treated him horribly. I'm sure the Samaritan is probably just a little bit bitter against Jews because they're really rude to him. They're rude to his parents, they're rude to him growing up, but he still goes out of his way to help him because he sees a Jew that's in need. The Jew would have died if he just left him on the road, but instead that Samaritan took care of him. And the priest just stuck up his nose and thought he was too good for it, and the only person who took care of him was the Samaritan, the person who the Jew would have considered unclean. But instead, the Samaritan overlooked probably the hurt that's been done to him in the past and really just came through for the Jew when he needed it the most. So, that's really cool. That's found in Luke chapter 10. If you guys want to take a little time and read that, that would be awesome. And it's just really a picture of how God uses us no matter our background. No matter what family we're from, no matter if our parents are divorced, they're still together, or how much money they have, or if you're orphaned, or it doesn't matter. God uses you, who you are, where you're at, the circumstances, as long as you're willing. And that's the really important part. So I just want to help you guys remember that 60% of the kids in public school in Bremerton are on the federal lunch program. That probably means that a lot of kids that are sitting there in your small group maybe don't have the best home life. They don't have the money that maybe a lot of us were raised with, and they maybe do worry about meals or worry about what clothes they wear to school, or if they're going to have a backpack this year. That type of stuff really worries kids who feel like they may be singled out because they don't have enough. But God loves us no matter what we have, because He made us, and He is just a good God. Anyway, so in the 3 through 6 activities, we have a couple fun ones this week. One of the really cool things you can do as a small group leader is fill out your kids' points. It really encourages kids to memorize their memory verse, bring back their God time cards, bring a friend, all those type of things. And in the month of February, one thing that we're doing is we're keeping track of which group has the most points. So if you work with K through 2 boys or 3 through 6 grade girls, and at the end of February you've been keeping excellent track of the kids' points and you've been encouraging your kids to bring back their God time cards, your group will get a pizza party because we want to reward leaders who are diligent in filling out their kids' points. It's also important to fill out your kids' points because in the event of an evacuation, that's how we know who's in your group and make sure that no one's left behind in the building, because that would be bad. And feel free to look at the link below this video that has this quick guide on it. But one of the first activities that we're doing is a go fishing activity, and it's a fishing pole with a magnet, and they're going to try and magnetize different words, and it'll just be like a fun little game to get some of their energy out, which will be great. Another thing they're doing is a straw relay race, and there's like cups full of water and then a pitcher full of water, and they have to take like a straw, like a little normal straw, and put their thumb over it and run the water over to the cup and fill it up. And it'll just be a great way for them to get all their energy out, because you know that they have a lot of energy. And they can also talk about games at school, kickball, whatever they play at recess, PE, those type of things. And I remember I was afraid of getting picked last, and I was a girl, and it's kind of more okay to get picked last if you're a girl and less okay to get picked last if you're a boy, because girls are just supposed to kind of be picked last. Not that it's right, it just happens. But I still remember I was totally afraid of being picked last, and how would that make me feel, and why would someone pick me last? Am I not good? Am I not good at scoring? And I remember I would always just be so happy when someone picked me and feel so bad for the person that got picked last. But the cool thing is that Jesus never picks us last. He loves us. He came to die for us, and he is absolutely amazing. So we just need to reiterate that to our kids and let them know that they're worthwhile, that Jesus didn't pick them last, that they're very important to him, and he loves them very much. In the K through 2 realm, we have thumbprint fun, and we have ink pads that they can write out words with their thumb and ink, and that'll be a lot of fun. Also, we have acted out activity pages, and that's where they get to act out the script for the day. And we talked about the Good Samaritan, so they can act out the different roles with the Good Samaritan story. Also, the last activity is the Band-Aid verse. There's a Band-Aid that has the memory verse on it, and it's just for them to remember that God loves each and every one of us, that we're all equal to him, that he loves us very much, and has the memory verse on there, which is, speak up and judge fairly, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. So I encourage your kids to take that home and remember it, and thank you guys for being excellent small group leaders.